For some farm families, gifting ag commodities to children can be a good tax planning tool. However, some strategies can be more beneficial than others. Roger McEowen with the Washburn University School of Law joins us now with some guidance for commodity gift transactions. Thanks so much for joining us, Roger. So what are some potential tax consequences that we need to be aware of in this process?
Well, Christina, good to be with you. I think there are three of them when it comes to gifting commodities, and that is that the donor, and it's usually the parents in this situation, they don't recognize income when you gift unsold grain inventory, and you avoid self-employment tax on the sale of the commodities because it's not a sale. You have excludable income. That's not included in determining self-employment income. And so that is really beneficial, particularly for donor parents that have income under the Social Security wage threshold, which is $147,000 this year. I think, secondly, the gifted commodities, and this is really important, have to have been raised or produced in a prior tax year. There are a bunch of IRS complications that come into play if you're gifting commodities from the current year. And then third, the children as the donees, usually it's the kids, get a carryover basis in the commodity. That's probably zero because it's raised grain or livestock. But it's still not subject to self-employment tax on the eventual sale unless the kids also participated in the farming operation raising those crops or livestock.
You know, there's a lot of questions surrounding this from the ag community. What are some of the key factors to keep in mind when structuring that transaction?
Well, I'll go back to the first comment that I made. The two really big points are make sure you donate commodities from a prior tax year, and then make sure that the donee doesn't participate or hasn't participated in raising that crop or those livestock.
It gets even more complicated when you bring in the Kiddie Tax. Talk about what that is and how it impacts that transaction.
Well, the Kiddie Tax taxes a child's passive or investment unearned income at the same rate of the parents to eliminate income shifting from the parent to the child. Now, there's a small exception that can apply, but still, even if the Kiddie Tax kicks in, the parents are going to still achieve self-employment tax savings.
So what would you say is the big takeaway here for our producers, for the farm families, for the generations to come out there?
Well, I think the big takeaway, this is part of an overall tax planning strategy that a farmer or rancher can employ. And the parents in the family operation can get both income tax and self-employment tax savings by gifting commodities and or livestock to the kids, but it has to be done right.
All right. For more tips on how to do it right, washburnlaw.edu/WALTR. Thank you so much for joining us, Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law. Really appreciate your time and expertise.